This story tells the powerful and life-changing journey of Ibrahim Fatih, once known as Joseph Johnson. His story is about loss, finding hope, and searching for purpose through faith. We'll look at his struggles, his experiences, and how he eventually found peace and purpose in Islam. Ibrahim grew up in Blackpool, UK, in a Christian family.
I was born a Christian in the northwest of the United Kingdom, in Blackpool.
His early life was filled with confusion and a lack of direction. He made poor choices as a teenager, getting involved in substance abuse and a party lifestyle, thinking it would make him happy. But even with all the highs, he felt empty.
Growing up, I was always getting into trouble. Got kicked out of high school. I never went to college. I'd drink, party, smoke, take drugs.
I was lost, he says.
I was very, very lost, very lost.
Realizing that material things and temporary pleasure couldn't fill the hole inside him.
When I got to the age of 18, I was absolutely calamitized by money and women and alcohol, power. I used to have a godlike complex. I used to think I was better than people. Honestly, I used to think nothing can touch me. I used to think I had some sort of significance. And it was very, very wrong. I really hated who I was. I used to think these things would make me happy because I couldn't be happy. Nothing made me happy in this world. I was never happy. I could have all the money in the world. I'd have 10 women around me. I'd have a big pile of cash behind me. I'm not happy. Nothing would be happy. Nothing would make me happy, no matter what I'd done. And the older I get, the higher the levels got, and the more I'd get, and the more I wouldn't be happy.
His life took a tragic turn when his father passed away suddenly when Ibrahim was just 20.
My father passed away when I was 20 years old. You know, he just died suddenly. He was my best friend. I've lost everything. You know, my father made me happy, my son made me happy, and I used to think all these materialistic things would make me happy.
This loss crushed him, leaving him feeling abandoned and uncertain about how to move forward.
I wasn't ready for the world, you know, when he left. I wasn't. In my head, I was like 20, but I was still like 16 in my head at the time. You know, I did really struggle after he left.
I didn't know how to live, he shares, recalling the deep sadness and hopelessness that followed.
I didn't know how to live. I didn't know how to do the mortgage, the rent.
This led him further down a dark road of homelessness and addiction as he struggled to cope.
I'd go out with my friends and I'd get into trouble and I'd do other things. You know, I ended up becoming homeless. I ended up stealing.
At his lowest point, Ibrahim met a kind Muslim stranger named Mohsen, who changed his life.
And I was outside McDonald's in the Bullring, Birmingham. A man called Mohsen, he had approached me, Pakistani, Muslim. And he had seen me on the floor and said, "What's up?" I said, "Bro, please just leave me alone." I said, "Leave me alone, you know." And he said, No. I said, you shouldn't be here. He looked at me, he said, what are you doing? And then I tell him the story about like my father and, you know, about the house. And alhamdulillah, he said, "Come stay with me." And I said, "I don't really know you." I said, "You can have your own house." I said, "I've got a house. We help a load of homeless people."
Mohsen offered him not only a place to stay, but also a sense of community. For Allah, Mohsen said, showing that his kindness was sincere and without expectations.
And I said, why? And he says, for Allah. And when he said that, it made me smile. And I didn't understand at the time, because people who I've been around in my life, they'll never do anything unless they get something in return. They'll never do anything of the kindness of their own back. You know, just, it was very, very nice. And that was the first time in my life that from the bottom of their heart, someone, you know, wanted to help me because they just wanted what was best for me.
This selflessness sparked Ibrahim's interest in Islam, though he remained unsure at first.
And then the brothers started taking me out slowly in Birmingham. I was going down Hodge Hill, Handsworth, and all the brothers, they know me, and I'm not even a Muslim yet, and they're calling me brother. They're giving me hugs. It's like I've got a family. And mashallah, it was amazing, it's beautiful. All my life I've just wanted a hug, man, you know, and then I found that in Islam.
As he learned more about Islam, Ibrahim was drawn to the teachings and the strong sense of brotherhood in the Muslim community. He found comfort in how fellow Muslims welcomed him without judgment, which was a huge contrast to the false friendships he had known before. "I've never felt brotherhood like I have with Muslims," he recalls, appreciating how this new sense of belonging helped him begin to rebuild his life.
And the brotherhood, you know, really drew me to Islam. I'd never felt the brotherhood like I had within the Muslim community. I never trusted any of my friends. You know, my friends would always try do dirty on me. Don't get me wrong, Muslims are not perfect, but the majority, the God-fearing ones.
Ibrahim's journey to Islam wasn't immediate. It took time. He attended discussions, participated in religious gatherings, and studied the Quran.
We started talking about religion, and I love debates, religious, philosophical. I love having debates which is beyond human comprehension, whatever it may be. We're talking about Christianity, we're talking about religion. It's like we're having our own little speaker's corner. And he started to tell me to watch Ali Dawah, Hamza's then, Muhammad Hijab. I'm trying to tell them why the Bible's authentic and I can't say anything.
The more he learned, the more he saw the similarities between Islam and his previous beliefs, especially about the belief in one God and the role of prophets. This understanding helped him connect his past to his present.
Before Islam, I did not know that we believe in the same God. I did not know we believe in the same prophets. Really, I thought we would believe in something else. And when I started to watch the Dawah, everything started to make sense to me. And mashallah, it was such a beautiful feeling that we believe in the same prophets. I was very surprised and shocked. Like, how is this kept secret from me like my whole life? How do I not know this? And I'd been lied to my whole life. Wallahi, I've been lied to my whole life. From social media and propaganda and listening to what other people are saying. I was very ignorant and very misguided, and I started to make my own mind up.
When Ibrahim finally said the Shahada, the Islamic declaration of faith, he felt a deep sense of forgiveness and renewal.
And when I do my Shahada, Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, I felt forgiven. I felt solace.
I felt like a new person, he says, describing the joy and peace that came over him. This was the start of a new chapter in his life, driven by a sense of purpose and a desire to live according to Islamic values.
When I did that, I felt newborn. I felt rejoiced like a newborn baby. Mashallah, mashallah. And I have so much love. And all the brothers, they come hug me. But most of all, I truly, truly, truly felt forgiven, and that is what I was searching for.
But Ibrahim's new path wasn't easy. His family, especially his mother and sister, were worried about his safety and feared he might be influenced by extremists, a common misconception about converts to Islam.
My mum rang me, my sister rang me. They thought I was going to become a terrorist. She didn't understand it, so at first she wasn't supportive, not in a negative way, my sister as well.
However, over time, they saw his positive transformation and grew to accept and even feel proud of his decision.
Now, they're all, wallahi, they're all like pushing me. My mum saying how proud she is of me. And mashallah, that's all I've ever wanted. You don't know how nice it is like for your mother to say she's proud of you and your family wants to be with you, so alhamdulillah, through Islam and the Quran, I've got my family back and my family love me.
As he settled into his new life, Ibrahim also faced reminders of his old self, like his tattoos, which he now saw as symbols of his past. He knew that change would take time and patience.
But sometimes when I go to Umrah, you get the aunties, and I go, Auntie, I'm sorry, I stopped. You get the uncles and they go, but some of the aunties and the uncles, they do that. But when I tell them I'm a revert, they go, mashallah, mashallah, jazakallah khair. But I say, look, you shouldn't do that though, because I'm a revert. If it was a born Muslim, you made a mistake. Come on.
Ibrahim's story shows how faith and community can help overcome hardship. His journey proves that embracing a new belief system can give people the tools they need to rebuild their lives and find meaning. Through his experience, Ibrahim has inspired others to explore Islam and search for their own truths.
I made a video just saying like I'm a Muslim on TikTok about a year ago now, 9 months ago. And then I remember just waking up and getting like 100,000 followers on TikTok. And then it went viral and I felt so much love. My world opened, like so much love from that ummah. And I was still afraid that people wasn't going to accept me. And and I also wanted to I was very passionate about Islam. I wanted to try and show other people as well that Islam's peaceful.
His message is simple. No matter what you've been through, there's always a chance to turn your life around.
It doesn't matter what you do before. If you revert to Islam, you're like newborn baby. You're brand new, clean slate, all sins forgiven. I met a lot of men who was ex-drug dealers, ex-criminals, ex-murderers, and they come out and they repented and turned back to God. And these were born Muslims. And wallahi, these guys were so passionate to me. I have a big passion. I listen to them through mutual understanding.
In the end, Ibrahim's transformation is a story of hope, resilience, and the strength of faith. His journey from a troubled young man to a devoted Muslim reminds us all that the search for meaning is universal, and it can lead to incredible, life-changing outcomes.